So I'm pissed off and so over it when it comes to trying to do this video online. It's fucked me over because like literally went through all the process of doing it just to have it be erased, and it is aggravating and frustrating, and honestly I don't have the time I did before to put into it, and not to mention like where I am right now, I'm probably not going to be able to be much longer. So it's an extra frustration because it's like now I'm rushed through it and it's not going to end up right, and this is beginning to piss me off. Not even beginning, it's thoroughly pissed me off already. But yeah, I'm going to try my best to quickly recap what I said before and just not break. Sorry, I think it's sometimes it boils down to the fact that my emotion or my what seems like over emotion to things comes down to the fact that I don't have much left in me on any given day. So when things don't tend to go as they should, it is overly frustrating and sometimes overly overwhelming. And I already have anxiety and bipolar and PTSD and depression, and on top of that, I disassociate from almost everything, and I can't repeat the same thing twice, no matter how hard I try. So when I do put time and effort into something and it doesn't come out quite the way that it's supposed to, or a little glitch happens in the system, and next thing you know, it's gone, it is overly aggravating and overly irritating, and sometimes enough to make me break my phone in a day or jump right off the side of a cliff, which it shouldn't be that serious. Because one of the jokes I make a lot is when someone with chemical dependency issues finally gets their life together and decides what they want to do and what they want to be, and understand that that is achievable and go after it, like nothing can stop them, and they dominate in their field because they're used to dealing with it, having to deal with so much, especially when it comes to stress and obstacles and stuff like that. So the regular things that might throw a person off or make it where they're not able to fulfill their duties or whatever is just another Tuesday to, someone who's been through it. And I don't mean through that exact experience. I just mean been through a lot in life, I guess. So you'd think with that being said, this would be easy for me, but I hate, I don't know. Anyways, so I did not go to my job interview today. As you can guess, I failed. I failed epically. But I'm trying not to think of it as such a negative thing. I forgot where I was. Anyways, I didn't show up today, and I managed to message the guy for the job and tell him that what was going on. I was honest with him about what I'm going through in life and what it would mean for me to be there, or I can't be. And I'm hoping he's susceptible to it. Sometimes I say just be as vulnerable as possible in every aspect of life, because true honesty can't be denied. I mean, somebody might not believe the same way you do, but it's hard for someone to take away the way you feel or your truth. Uh, so I wanted to touch base on, I can't even remember. Yeah, I missed an interview. Oh, I need a better support system. That's what this was about. Um, so right now I have zero support. And I hate when people say like you need a support system, because in the original video I was getting choked up at this point, because I realized that like if I had somebody positive in my life, or who I um, could call in a situation like this, then I would be set, I'd be golden, and it'd be easy for me to make it there and do whatever. But I don't, because I'm not the type of person who can stay in people's lives when I'm detrimental for them, you know? And like, it is crazy how um, just unhealthy I can be for a person just breathing. Like, me not doing anything or not trying to do anything, just breathing can be like seriously hard on them. And I remember one time I ran into my mom's house at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I figured it out. I know the answer to everything. I get it. And I think I had boxes of paperwork and old mail and shit like that, looking through code and talking about the Illuminati, and um, how they were stealing our wealth, and um, I got so angry at her for getting rid of the things that she got rid of, or not keeping the things that she got, because I felt like I had proof of why things are the way they are, proof of um, who pulls the puppet strings, and proof of why you have to say a certain thing to certain people in a way to get what you need. And so many things happened to me that I could not explain or justify, that it became very hard for me to look away and pretend like they weren't happening. But now I don't know if it was just psychosis, or if those things happened and I'm just in a world that most people don't experience, because I have mental illness and chemical dependency issues. And I had a boyfriend who fucked with me for 2 years. Most of it was for control and getting what he wanted in life. And I was a golden ticket to that, apparently. I had that spark, that quality, that inviting characteristic that just makes people want to like flock to you, and whatever. That unspoken thing that people look for, or say, some people have it, some people don't. I don't see it, but I guess I can understand it, because things just naturally go well for me when I do try. And there's something that I kind of like, I don't know. Anyways, it was easy for him to obtain what he wanted, and he used me very well. Um, Between the isolation and everything else, I think um, it messed me up a bit. For a while, I thought it was the LLC. Um, um, that I set the standard for things and how they should be. Like my judgment was the ultimate judgment. With that being said, my judgment didn't falter. It wasn't biased, and I genuinely wanted what was best for everyone. I would say we, um, and I wouldn't think of myself. I would think of what we deserve as, you know, human beings. We deserve privacy, respect. We deserve truth and the knowledge to make the informed decision. We deserve not to have to live like we're in a foreign country or um, not in a safe environment because of this, that, or the other. We should be equal. Our rights should be equal, and discrimination and whatever shouldn't be a thing. And everybody says on the piece of papers that they don't discriminate, but they're fucking liars. They're all liars. What do you think a preference is? Well, I just prefer this over this. You prefer not to have to deal with somebody's mental health. You prefer not to have to do this. You prefer that. It's it's what they do. When landlords go to pick up like a tenant, it's literally they're discriminating against you based on your background, your where you come from, what you've been through, what mental health issues you do or don't have, your criminal history, everything, or your disability. And the same goes with every other organization in this planet, on this planet. Um, and I can't even go to tell you how many times in my life that I've realized that I'm being discriminated against for the exact same things they said they wouldn't. I'm sorry, I was raised to believe certain things a certain way, and because of that, I act a certain way. I am sorry that I have issues with drugs and mental health. I'm sorry that I can't understand the fine print enough to even sign it, let alone be bound to it or whatever else. Um, and I get why it happens. Sometimes I just don't think it's cool. I remember reading the safe haven thing or whatever, like people deserve the right to be safe, blah, 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 blah. And I just laughed because I was being literally damn near trafficked. And Lord knows what was happening to me on the side. And my meds were being controlled. My whole world was being controlled. And at the end of the day, I just stopped to think, like, do we deserve the right to be safe? Because if so, what the fuck have I done so wrong in my life that I don't get to be? What crime have I committed that I deserve to have to not only live with somebody who would hurt, shame, beat you, treat you like you were garbage, and be forced to be happy about it? Put my trust and faith in that person, and or have to depend on them. What have I done so wrong in my life that I am a target for every lust-filled man there is that just can't help himself when it comes to me, or every asshole who wants it easy and sees how they can come up off the back of my kindness, or every sick, depraved, indifferent person who just likes to experiment with people for shits and giggles. At what point do I get to move further? And if I don't have the knowledge I need to make it happen for myself, the opportunity I need, can't that be given to me? Because I was more than eager to learn and go through great bounds and lengths in order to progress. I just wasn't given the opportunity to. Anyways, I got off topic and we're supposed to be about supports. And I didn't even cover any of the things I covered in the last one. But I guess the main thing, if I can't be something positive in somebody's life today, I did not in their life. So because of that, I don't have good support, and it makes things hard for me, especially being homeless. And I also don't want to feel like a burden to somebody, but even more so, I don't want to feel like I owe anybody anything. Because that guilt you carry around when you think you owe someone, and the positions it puts you in the future just are fucking the worst. But for people who are able to have me in their life and can who can withstand what I sometimes bring up, or what happens just because of my mental illness or chemical dependency, who can weather the storm, um, then I think that I'm a very positive person to have around. I mean, I'm even at my worst, or even at the worst of everything around me, I'm always happy and I'm always grateful, and I look at everything for the first time like a kid would, and it's I tend to make people forget about the fact that their house is burning down around them, even in that moment where you think they're forked completely. I'm a hurricane in every sense of the word. But as much destruction as I can bring, as bad as I can shake someone's foundation, those who can handle me, and I think that I can bring something good too, which I think I bring something good to most people that I'm around, because I strive to every day, then I'm the best person on the team. Because like a hurricane, put me in front of you, and any obstacle you have, any barrier that you see, any army that stands between you and your end game will be gone. I leave nothing in my track, so it gives you a perfect path to succeed. I wish I had somebody in my life that was as supportive as I am to everyone I meet, and I wish I had somebody who sees me the way I see everyone else. And I see everyone else the way God sees them. Their beauty, their strength, despite what they've been through or what they've been told. I see the child, the innocence in them that was most likely ripped away, or faded when their cries for help weren't heard, or when they were put down enough to think that that's where they belonged, or whatever the case may be. I see how amazing and brilliant and just awe-inspiring they are, and I just wish that they knew. Some days I just wish people knew how amazing they are, what they're capable of. And I just wish they didn't feel as much pain as they did, and they knew that they were loved and had somebody in their corner to be there no matter what, so they could just breathe, do what it is they want to do in life, go after whatever adventure comes next, and just be okay. I would love to show them their worth, because I think they'd be surprised. And I'd want them to know that even though I don't know them enough to say, hey, I love you, I do know them enough to say that I love you. And you don't ever deserve to feel like less than, or that you can't achieve what it is you're trying to achieve. You don't ever deserve to feel like you can't do it, or closed off and like no one's gonna understand you. You never should go into a situation not trying and not wanting to be vulnerable, because you know that giving it all you got with your best, people are still gonna, they're not gonna have the faith in you that's required for you to succeed or for it to be worth it. So somebody's only gonna see you a certain way, then no matter what you do, you can't get past that. And you get sick of trying, you get sick of being vulnerable and giving your all to, stand up and say, this is different, this time is different, I'm not this, or if you only listen to this and let go of your preconceived notions about how the world is or how whatever is, you'll see me for who I am or who I can be. And yeah, I don't know, I'm getting off on a tangent, and this is like almost 20 minutes long, and I don't want to do that. I'm okay with missing the job interview today, and even though it sucks, I'm happy I at least responded to him. And I oftentimes spend way too much time caring about how people respond to me when I know that I'm in the wrong. If I'm justified or if I'm right, I could give a fuck less. Why? Like, I could care less what their thoughts are, what rebuttal they have, or whatever. But when I know that I'm faltered, or I didn't do my best, or I should have, could have, would have done differently, then that's when it's a little harder for me to take, especially the truth. It's like, why do I gotta swallow something I already know? Anyways, I'm in the 6th floor because I decided I was gonna take my big ass stroller all the way up the parking ramp, because I just wanted to see a view of something beautiful. And you probably can't see it from your view, but even Rochester way up here is beautiful. Sometimes I think everything's more beautiful when you take a step back, you know? Gives a chance to really see it without judgment, without overhearing things that you might disagree with, or, just the purity of it as it is. Yeah, I should go because I have to get to the library and I have to take my methadone, and I really want to get high right now, even though I probably shouldn't say that. I do. And I don't know. I'm hoping someday that changes. Oh, and I have to walk around all the time now. It sucks. Now, some asshole wants to threaten me so much that I can't even be around. Not just because he does little things to fuck up my day. I could care less. Most of the time, it doesn't faze me, even though he tries really hard to do any little petty thing he can just to hurt or mess up my day, even if it doesn't benefit him in any way. But I can't afford to have him go too far, because then I'm going to have to do something that's going to end up putting me in jail, or I need to keep all the good in my corner I can and not add up any bad. I want to be vindictive or vengeful or go after him in the way I could. I just want to be at peace. So he doesn't have to be in jail or dead, and I get to live easy. and breathe. Feeling safe.